welcome back guys to Poly Reviews, and today we're not reviewing any films. As I promised in the beginning of this year, I'm gonna be doing something new. One of them was rating my top either 10 or 5 depending on the films that I have seen throughout the month. It would be the top whatever. So for the month of January, I went and looked back at the movies that I saw in January, and January was a month of just pretty much with family most of the time, as well there's a snowstorm, so I didn't really see as many movies that I wanted to for January. That being said though guys, I do have my number 1 pick for January, so technically it'd be in my top 4 because there was 4 good movies. Obviously there was one that we're not gonna talk about that I saw. Top 4 for this month of my favorite movies, and of course the top 1, I'm gonna be buying that poster and putting it on the wall. So without further ado guys, let's get this countdown on the roll. Number 4, it is a nice popcorn film that I had just had fun with. I'm talking about, of course, Primate, who was directed by Johannes Roberts, who directed his share of mediocre horror. This film was one of his highest grossing film, I think, at least for his cinematography. So Primate, it is about this chimp named Ben who gets rabies and just goes berserk into a killing mode, and just obviously the gore in this, absolutely amazing, gore fest. We have a chimp that's just pretty much dissembling all these actors, all these people. The only thing that I would have to say about this film, obviously, besides being fun, it's the pool scenes, the boring pool scenes that were just there for no reason. And obviously there was things that didn't really make sense because obviously chimps are way stronger, that they made Ben look like obviously like a weakling chimp, but still a good film. I enjoyed it. I was at the edge of my seat sometimes, but overall it was a good popcorn horror that I could get around. Number 3, it is a sequel to a film that I thought was pretty good. Obviously I am talking about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, directed by Nia DaCosta. Now yes, just like 28 Years Later, the first one, this film doesn't really solely based around zombies and killing zombies. The continuation of Spike and how he lands in this cult, this group of genies, and of course Jimmy Crystal is there, and it's basically 2 stories in one, just like the first one. Obviously the Jimmy gang wants to go to Dr. Kelson because they think Dr. Kelson is the guy down below, and obviously Dr. Kelson's story is just him trying to bring back the undead to being alive. And obviously we see the alpha male named Samson with his big long dong. Look at that Schmeat, huh? Look at him. And he's just trying to know, like, yes, there is something alive in those undead eyes. So he's just trying to experiment and make a potion, something medically, to bring that into reality. I prefer the Jimmy Crystal, the Jimmy Gang story more than Dr. Kelson's story. Everything about this film was great. Obviously the actors that played Dr. Kelson and Jimmy Crystal were absolutely astonishing. I enjoy the way that they portrayed their own characters. Spike is the only one that I know could have done more for character development, but that's just me nitpicking when it comes to that. Other than that, I enjoyed this film, so it's number 3. Number 2, now this was a really hard choice because there was 2 films that I saw in January that I enjoyed a lot, but I knew I had to pick one, and number 2 is Sent Help. Now yes, I talked a lot about Sam Raimi being the god that just saved the end of January. Sam Raimi is a god. So Sent Help, it is about 2 colleagues that just end up in this island after a airplane crash, and they have to do whatever they can to just survive. I enjoy the chemistry of Dylan O'Brien and as well as Rachel McAdams. The chemistry between them, just them going head to head, was absolutely amazing. I also enjoyed the balance between the comedy and the horror, and also some thoughtful moments as well. But overall, I enjoyed it. Obviously, there was moments where I expected that things were going to happen, and I didn't like that because I predicted this thing was going to happen. I was just like, okay, well, that doesn't really make me feel good because I knew it was going to happen. And also, the ending was kind of questionable. But other than that, Send Help was really close to number 1. But I had to choose one, but Send Help was very close. Number 2. So, number 1. We're here. We're finally here.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought?
I chose this one because I could relate to it a lot more. And that is The Plague. Now, Charlie Pullinger is the director of this, and he directed this for us people that just needed it. Because obviously this society nowadays, there's a lot of bullying in a way. The Plague, it is about these kids who are in camp, water polo camp. There is this ostracized kid who everybody doesn't want to talk to or touch, and gets made fun of a lot through this film because he has this rash, this plague you can say, and obviously when he touches somebody, that goes to them. So this reminded me so much of It Follows, especially the cinematography and the sound design. I also enjoyed the performances of the kids because the kids were just acting like themselves pretty much. It is to me an indie horror film. And Charlie Pullinger is honestly a director that I don't know much about, so he debuted with this amazing film in the beginning of the year, and it was such a strong start to the beginning of January, especially for a horror film, especially for an indie horror film. That's why it is number 1, because it's such a strong message, and the kids' performances were absolutely amazing. I hope I get to see them more because they deserve the recognition that they're going to have in the future. So that's why it is number 1, and that's why I'm going to buy the poster for The Plague. So that ends the countdown of the best films of January. Obviously there wasn't many, but I do promise to be seeing a lot more films in February. But other than that, guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. What is your favorite January film? Put your opinions in the comments down below. As always, guys, I have been Paulie. It's been sending Paulie Reviews. That is